What up? What up? I'm gonna do it like Detroit. What up, though? Hello, everyone, and welcome to The Hook. I'm Jeff Lowe, and I am here with today's co-host, Mr. Keith Butler.
What up, Detroit? How y'all doing? Welcome back. Glad to be back. Hope everything's going well.
Mr. Leland Stein.
Yes, sir.
Yes, sir. What up, though?
Sports analyst, Leland Stein.
Sports analyst. That's right. Yes, our local sports analyst. He covers it all.
Give him his due.
Covers it all. He covers it all. And today we got a very special guest.
Wait, Jeff, not a special guest. One that's very appropriate.
Appropriate.
Being here on the 6-hole.
Okay,
welcome to the 6-hole studio.
Yes.
This is, 6-hole studio.
6-hole has been dug up right now.
Not the 6-hole. They're just putting in a pump house.
Oh, okay.
The hole is still there.
The hole is still there. But
welcome to the 6-hole studio.
I noticed that. They got a hole back there.
And we're located here and right off the Detroit golf course. So our guest today is very, very appropriate. We're going to talk.
Appropriate.
What did I say?
I don't know what you said, but
okay. Well, appropriate. We're going to talk golf today.
Yes.
And I say appropriate because this guy is a golf
professional.
A Detroit golf legend.
A legend here in the city.
Come on, man.
2023
Introduce
Golf
please.
Coach of the Year, African American Golfers Hall of Fame, the co-founder and CEO of Mason Golf in Southfield, Michigan. Hey, everybody, let's welcome the African American Golfers Hall of Famer, Mr. Lindsey Mason III.
All right, how you doing?
Appreciate it.
Thank you for coming out today, brother.
Thank you.
We appreciate it.
Thank you.
Funny thing about it is we all know Mr. Mason a little bit. You guys know him better than I do, but he is not unfamiliar to any of us. But this guy has been golfing for many years. How many years have you been at it, Lindsey?
Man, I've been golfing over now 45 years. I've been a professional golfer 37 years.
Okay, well, let's run it back.
Wow.
We got to get to the start. Did you start out caddying like everybody else did?
Yeah. How did you get started involved in golf, and what made you want to become a golfer?
I was a caddy at Country Club of Detroit in Grosse Pointe Farms first. That's what you call old money. The Ford family, the Firestone Fisher family, and then made my way to the city that I was born and raised in, city of Detroit. Detroit Golf Club, where I turned golf professional, signed under John Traub, who was the Class A Master PGA professional here at Detroit Golf Club.
What high school you went to? We got to get there.
He's a trailblazer.
Ain't no
you
question.
Still gotta say
Ain't
it
no
for
question. Detroit Central Trailblazer, Class of '83.
Okay.
Did you play golf there?
Listen.
You know what? I was playing. I didn't play Fort Central because I'm a music major. I went to college, attended college on a music scholarship. Okay. So I was performing, attended Morris Brown College, and I decided, no, I think I want to continue on playing the game of golf.
See, and that's another good thing about the brother. He said Morris Brown College. What is that now? What is that? Give me them letters. Give me them 4 letters.
Morris Brown College, MBC.
What's it called?
MBC.
No, HBC.
Yes, sir.
What I'm talking about.
HBCU.
It's
Wiley.
It's on Martin
Wiley
Luther
did.
King Boulevard.
Yes, sir. Yes, sir.
Yeah.
Yes,
Across
sir.
the street from Clark.
Ain't no question.
Down
No
in
question.
Atlanta, GA. In the university. What they call it? The university?
Atlanta University
Now
District.
we're going to talk Morris Brown. Got to talk truth now.
Yes, sir.
They closed it?
No, actually, incorrect. Morris Brown was never closed. Morris Brown lost their financial accreditation.
Okay.
Under the new leadership of Dr. James, Morris Brown is now back fully accredited.
All right.
But the school itself had never closed.
There you go. Hard to keep
Homecoming.
a black school down.
No, we want to keep it real.
Yeah, want to keep it real.
Yeah.
Homecoming has always been a homecoming. It gets better and better, sweeter every time we attend. Have several golf tournaments in support of Morris Brown and other things. But Morris Brown is on the correct track. under this
I'm glad
leadership.
To hear that, man, really.
And yeah, it's doing.
Because I'm always pulling for HBCUs.
Yes, sir. Yes, sir.
3 of my kids went to HBCUs.
Yes, sir.
So I call myself the king of HBCUs.
Well, we appreciate it.
Because I spend enough money.
We appreciate you putting your money in it.
Yeah, Morris Brown, we making it happen. We making it happen.
Okay, let's get back on track, gentlemen. Let's get back on track, gentlemen. Now, where did you say you first started? When you said Old Money, what was that?
Old Money, Country Club of Detroit. That's in Grosse Pointe Farms, Michigan.
Now, what was it like caddying there? I mean, was it stressed? Was it, you know?
I was, in my opinion,
How old were you?
I was
When you
12,
started?
13.
Oh, when you first started?
Yeah, when I
Real
first started.
young, man.
Yeah.
At 12
Yeah.
or 13.
Yeah,
Wow.
12, 13 years of age.
Uh-huh.
So a brother went from being at that time, I believe it was a police cadet. You remember that?
Yeah,
Yeah,
the
I
police
used to-
cadet
I
program.
used to work in that program.
Right.
Yeah, me too.
I was a police cadet, and then I said,
Yeah,
nah,
so didn't learn
you know, I want to go on over here and carry some golf bags, and it has been a blessing for me to do something I love to do, not knowing that I would be a part of this game for this many years, and but Country Club of Detroit, that's where it started.
Now, when you were carrying those golf bags, was there a vision of you becoming a professional golfer at that time?
Or was it
at
just
that
a
young
job?
age?
It was more so of an opportunity because you know, of course, brother want to make some money,
Right.
and so once I found out the individuals that I was actually caddying for, that's what made a difference. I mean,
Money individuals.
money individual. I mean, the late William Clay Ford owned the Detroit Lions organization. His wife, Martha Firestone Ford, were my personal clients. Robert Beverly Evans, family owned Bob Evans Sausage Company, and others. Those individuals were powerful in itself in the city of Detroit. I say, Stroh's Brewery Company, Peter Stroh, owner of Stroh's Brewery Company, him and his wife. I mean, those were my personal clients. They didn't play a lot of golf, but it was just good being around them, and they were very respectful of me.
So
let
me ask you this now. When they came to the golf course, and they was like, "Where's Lindsey? Where's Lindsey? I want Lindsey. I want Lindsey with me."
And that's how it was.
Okay.
And that's how it was. They called your number. The caddy master at that time, his name was Dennis, and said, my nickname was the businessman.
All right.
That was my nickname.
At 13.
Yeah, the businessman.
Because you were dead serious.
I'm very, very serious.
I like that.
And so
That's good.
making it happen, coming from there. I mean, caddying for those individuals, and they love the game of golf, and it was more so a stress reliever. You know, especially because I'm just being honest. I'm a Dallas Cowboys fan.
Boo.
Yeah, I know, right? I'm a Dallas Cowboys fan. But being and seeing Mr. Ford and Mrs. Ford, I remember the general manager at the time was Russ Thomas.
Yeah.
Right? And the Lions were either up or down or somewhere in the middle during the Billy Sims era. Gary Danielson was the quarterback. And you just didn't know which direction they were going to go in.
Right.
But Mr. Ford was Mr. Ford. You knew what tip you were going to receive before you leave off that first tee. You could, you could take care.
Was it good? Did he tip?
I'm gonna say Mr. Ford tip. He did. He was a good individual. Okay. He was smooth. You know, he was smooth. The guys that he played with, very smooth, and they just kept the golf ball in play. And along with Mrs. Ford, she wasn't a long hitter, but you knew you wouldn't be going left to right. Her golf ball is going to be right down the middle.
Tell me, why has golf kind of evolved as like the safe haven for people to do business deals?
Yeah.
What is it about golf that kind of everybody knows that's where it happens at? So
because
they really do business deals on the golf course.
Business deals happen on the golf course, yes, sir. And you learn a lot about an individual playing for 4 hours and 15 minutes or 4.5 hours for 18 holes of golf. You're going to get an indication. Number one is honesty, because the game of golf, you got to police yourself. So that means you got to count all your strokes. You can't be doing the old Caddyshack, kicking the golf ball down the
doing
fairway.
the Trump stuff. He's renowned for cheating.
we can't do that. You know, we can't do that. But it's about honesty, and so most of your business deals, you know, hang out on the golf course. That's it. That's
I can
it.
see that.
And this is a growing game for women. Most of the ladies over the last 30 years in the city of Detroit, especially black women, they were taught by me.
Oh, okay.
Yes, sir. Yes, sir.
Yeah, and I was going to ask that question. That was my question, Stein. I'm glad you asked it. But as a predominantly white sport, and I was checking on the internet today, and they said there was about 4 black athletes since like 2022.
Professional golfers?
Yeah, who've been playing on the tour.
Okay.
How do we get more black athletes into the tour? How do we get young black people, kids, to get away from basketball, football, and stuff like that, and get them more active, interested in golf? It's a hard game. I mean, it's not something we generally play.
It's all
expensive.
Well,
too, so.
exactly. Golf takes up a lot of time. You got to be dedicated to the game, dedicated to the sport, equipment, proper golf instructions. This is not one of those games where you can just join a program. You can join it as far as an introduction.
Yeah.
Nothing wrong with the introduction, but you're going to need some one-on-one, and you want to get with that kind of golf instructor that's going to enhance your skill level.
Yeah.
That's what I try to bring out. So opportunity, getting black students to advance, because colleges offer golf scholarships, full ride. We're just not taking advantage of it because it takes up a lot of time.
Yeah.
I mean, I'm just being honest.
Right.
You got to give up something. You got to give up the video game.
You
The
gotta give it up.
HBCUs in the South
Yes,
have
sir.
white kids playing golf.
Yes, sir.
Yeah.
It's
Just,
not a problem.
That-
Tuskegee
Well,
had a golf
That's
program.
terrible to
Yeah.
me. That's just
They had that happening on the baseball
The
diamond
South
too.
won't give no money. They're doing that reverse discrimination.
But you
crap.
got to be-
Get HBCU money.
You got
Yeah.
to you got to be, if you can play.
I mean, I ain't mad at them. Don't
Yeah,
get me wrong,
right.
kids.
If you can play and if you have talent, someone is going to see the talent. You got to be able. You can't make certain adjustments as far as if you're getting the bogey, take the bogey and move on to the next hole, right? But you want to be able to shoot under par, even par, under par, even par. That's what's going to get you noticed, and you got to be able to. It's practice, 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 and more practice if you want to become a real player.
Okay.
So
So
in
when
defense,
is it?
one thing before you make your comment, Keith, in defense of the HBCUs and the predominantly white kids that were playing golf, and they were actually keeping those programs alive in those HBCUs. The same thing that happened with baseball. When kids got away from the sport of baseball,
Well, Jeff, I ain't gonna-
and I'm just using it as an
No,
example.
but the South pulled a chicanery, reverse discrimination. If they wouldn't let them play down there, and they wouldn't give them state money. So HBCUs had to acquiesce. It wasn't like they just had to bring them in there.
From what I understand, there weren't enough kids participating in the sport to maintain the sport.
Both of you have good, solid arguments.
Well,
You know, both of you do have good arguments. But the fact is, that's the truth. I know when I went back to Tuskegee, I looked up to see my nephew's graduation, and there were more white kids in the graduating class than ever. When I was down at TI, the only white students there were in the veterinarian school. Maybe a few engineers, maybe a few architects, but the larger percentage was in the vet school. Now, like you said, they're taking advantage of the money. They can't get
Salary,
they
man.
can't get into U of M. They
terrible.
can't get into the big, Harvard and stuff. So they take advantage of. I ain't mad at them.
I ain't mad at the kids. It's
You
just
know,
the way it is.
It is what it is. But Lindsey, let me ask you this: I was watching yesterday. As soon as the sun comes out over here,
Okay.
they hit the golf course, and so it was funny yesterday. I was watching, and I'm seeing these little bitty kids, like they look like they were 4 or 5 with their parents.
Right.
When is it too soon to start playing golf, or is there a time that it's too soon?
I'm gonna say 3 to 4 years old is a good time. I started teaching junior golfers at 3, and as long as the kid has some independence, I mean, at the club that I'm at now, we start around 3 or 4 years old, and
That's not too soon.
no, that's not too soon. And we want them carrying their own clubs.
Jeez.
I don't allow the parents to carry their sets of clubs, the 2 or 3 clubs.
Yeah.
You know, they might struggle a little bit. They're gonna be all right.
Yeah.
You know, but we want to establish their independence. I don't baby them. I give them swing. We give them some golf etiquette and things that they need to work on. They need to get a little stronger. We need to do some 2 or 3 little push-ups to work on it. But I mean, the kids, they love it.
Yeah.
You know, they love it.
And they got their own
They got their
specially designed golf clubs.
golf sets. Yes.
Okay.
Yes.
Yeah.
Yes.
And they're walking and not riding.
And they walking, not right.
Yeah, and let me ask, why is it, this is a long game.
Yes.
You talking about playing 18, heck, 9 holes is too much for me. But why is it that the pros always have to walk? Why can't they get carts?
Well,
because it's part of the game. It's
exactly.
I
endurance.
know that, but why?
Endurance.
exactly.
It's part of it.
It's
No,
all
come
endurance.
on, that's a big
it's all
deal.
endurance.
The endurance
It is.
part of it. Yeah.
It is.
If you got to walk for 4 hours.
And
Look, I have walked this whole golf course. This one twice with Tony Finau one year.
Yep. Okay.
8. I was
Yeah.
sweating like a
Did
pig.
you keep up?
I did the whole day. I did it with Tiger.
Because
I
Tony.
walked with Tiger at Grand Blanc,
Right.
18,
Right.
and
At the Buick.
at Riviera,
Yeah.
twice.
Yeah.
Okay, but
Yeah.
it seems like.
So you know how that is. You got to have your etiquette under the ropes. I got to stand on the side.
Exactly.
but it
Exactly.
seems like to me that if you maintain your strength, from hole to hole, you
Okay.
could play better. You could have a better stroke. Your stroke would
Part of endurance is part of the game.
Your endurance
brother.
would be long. I get that, but I mean, even boxers sit
Especially
down
at that
for
level.
a couple of minutes. But I mean,
Golfers don't get to sit down.
yeah,
Yeah,
but
they
what
do.
is
You
that?
get to rest between hits and all kinds
But
of
you're
stuff.
but you're standing. You're not sitting, though, right?
Right.
Yeah, you
You got to.
standing.
I mean, it's
You gotta
all about.
stand.
It's standing, walking, pace. Keeping up pace,
Right.
and staying in the moment.
Mm-hmm.
Golf is 90% mental, 10% physical. Everything can't be predicated on that one shot because that's that one shot, as we all know, that could cost you hundreds of thousands of dollars.
We've seen
Man,
that.
if I was playing golf for 18 holes, they'd have a cart to tie me up and drag me off the court.
Right.
They'd have to drag me from hole to hole. I couldn't walk.
Yeah, you can.
Man,
I've
18
done it.
holes.
Oh yeah.
Well,
We got out there when Tiger went off at 10. What was it? Was there on the
Brother,
first tee.
yeah.
It
Right.
went the whole distance.
You
man.
guys, look, if I want to work out, I'll
That
go
was
to the
fun,
gym.
Lindsey. One of the highlights of my life, man.
I'll
doing
go to
that.
the gym if I want to work out,
Yes, sir.
man.
Yes, sir.
That's
Well, no,
law.
but that's a golf workout. That's part of the golf game.
Speaking of, okay, let's ask this question. A lot of people look at golf as just, easy game.
That's the point.
What's your condition level? What does your condition level have to be to play? I know everybody's amazed at how buff Tiger got.
Correct.
So is that a good thing?
That's it could be a good thing and a bad thing because when you're lifting, you get tight,
Right.
and so you got to stay loose, right? And so the old time golfers back in the day, Jack Nicklaus,
Kind of chubby.
Nobody lifted weight.
yeah, they were just casually just playing golf, but they had a strong skill set. When Tiger came on the scene, Tiger, I mean, he's a trendsetter, so he kind of changed all that.
Yeah, because look at all the younger guys look better, man.
Right.
Right.
Copicha, whatever you say his name.
I'm trying to think.
He won the Master.
No, you. No, you.
He's
I'm trying
built
to-
muscle dude,
talking about Rory. Well, this
just
past
Rory.
year's winner, Rory, he won the Masters. I mean, he's fit.
Yeah, they all.
You know,
they ain't fat like they used
pretty
to be,
fit.
and I was
No,
sick.
So
Yeah, that's
I mean,
true.
it's
Everybody's not in shape,
Right.
Just like
me,
baseball. Remember how they
But
used to be? Like you could go pitch.
Thank
Nicky
God,
Nolan
Jeff.
looked like Jeff back in the day, right?
Thank
They
God,
won the World Series. But now you don't see that too much.
right.
Lindsey,
Right.
like in all the other sports, there's a draft and everything. When you graduate from college, you get ready for the draft. You see the NFL all the time. Kids are getting ready and getting hugs. But in golf, there is no draft.
No draft.
You're not getting signed out of college by whoever and
Correct.
everything. It's an individual sport.
It is.
Explain to our listeners and to young golfers who are looking at the sport and say, hey, I want to be a professional golfer one day. What does it take? What do you got to do?
Well, you got a couple different avenues. You can become a club professional, just like myself, work your way through the ranks, get a Class A member or a Class A master professional to sign for you to become a professional golfer, and work your way to become a PGA member, either with PGA of America, or I am now classified as an international PGA. I have a dual membership with International PGA and International World PGA, which gives me global presence. So you got a couple different avenues, or you can qualify to go and play in tour matches to qualify.
That's different than a tour card.
That's
right.
Yeah, that's
what you have.
That is correct. That is correct.
Explain to, because people probably come.
So with the tour card, you're competing in a tournament, and you need, for 3 or 4 days, you need to shoot a certain number in order for you to go on to receive your PGA Tour card for their up-and-coming, like, 2026 season. And so you got a couple different avenues, but if you just want to become a club professional, or just an individual that wants to teach golf and make a good living, or if you want to go into the maintenance side, become a golf course superintendent and make a real good living, you got a couple different avenues to, learning and playing the game.
You put emphasis on that. A real good living.
A real good living.
Maintenance.
Oh yeah.
Wow.
Yeah. I mean, look at Detroit Golf Club.
No
You can
kidding.
take a look out there. Look how green that grass is. Right? I mean, you had, and the superintendent that was here for a number of years, his first name was Clem. Clem was, he was probably here at Detroit Golf Club, I know, for 40, 50 years. Just retired within the last 10 years maybe, but he took care of this track. This is a 36-hole Donald Ross golf club.
Oh yeah.
This is a Donald Ross golf course.
Speaking, now you talking Detroit Golf Club. Okay, we have the Rocket Mortgage Classic. They just changed the name.
Yes.
And it's played here. It's the only PGA event played in inner city.
Yes.
Tell me your thoughts about it, and what has it brought to the city, and what you feel any effects from it for golf?
Good for the city of Detroit to host a PGA Tour event. The city, along with the city officials, do a good job of just moving and transporting traffic.
Oh man,
Because coming down Pontchartrain, coming down, I call it 6 miles. Some people call it West McNichols.
The snooty people call it West McNichols. The real Detroiters call it 6 miles.
Always call it 6 miles.
Logistically,
Couldn't say McNichols.
but logistically, the city makes it happen. So it's good to see golfers coming from all across the state to metropolitan Detroit, and Detroit Golf Club has done an excellent job in being the host. So and it's home for me, so it's always good to come back and see that they're keeping the legacy moving with this particular event. So it's good.
Did you ever want to get involved with this golf course, Lindsey?
I used to work here at Detroit Golf
For
Club.
how long?
I worked here, I want to say 8 years.
Really?
Yeah.
What year?
I came here in 1985.
85.
Yeah, 85. I turned pro out. John Traub, who was the Class A master professional here at Detroit Golf Club, signed for me to become a professional golfer. I was the first black golf professional of Detroit Golf Club.
Okay, you hear that?
Yes, sir.
That's great.
Yes,
Now,
sir.
do you now?
Wait, he said something good. Detroit Golf Club. What's a historical fact about Detroit Golf Club? What they doing with African Americans?
Well, Detroit Golf Club, 1986, Coleman, the late mayor, Coleman A. Young.
Late great man.
The late great
My
mayor.
guy.
1986 was the first black member.
That's right.
And Coleman was not a golfer,
He was a banker, I think. Or
right?
something.
He was I don't know if he was a banker, but
Coleman was
Coleman,
the
when he
Coleman
joined,
was the first member, but he wasn't a golf member.
no, he wasn't. He
couldn't
was an
play
in-house.
golf.
He was an in-house
Yeah, he
member.
was in house.
Excuse
member.
me.
But he was an in-house member.
Let me hold you off
Yes.
so that you are not confused out there.
Okay.
Coleman Young was not a banker. He was the first black mayor of the city
No,
of Detroit.
Right.
I didn't say Coleman Young. I thought he said somebody else.
No,
okay.
Coleman Young.
Go ahead.
Coleman
Go
Young.
ahead, Lindsey.
But when Coleman and
The guy right after him,
No, Walt Watkins, who you
That's
speaking
who I
of.
was
Yes,
thinking.
yes, sir. I know who you're talking about.
Okay.
Yeah, Walt Watkins. Yeah, Mr. Walt Watkins.
Well, I had to research. I wrote an article about all this stuff.
But
trying to remember it.
great golfer himself. But over the years, you had a lot of good black members that came in after Coleman.
After,
The late Tom Pride, Mr. Thomas Pride used to be with Help the Lions Plan. I mean, took care of individuals, the caddy program, and former Mayor Dennis Archer was a member, and so I gave his wife here, Trudy, golf lessons here a number of years ago as well. So it's been some good members over the years. Walt Douglas, Avis Ford was a member as well.
Detroit probably has the largest black membership of any.
Probably in the country.
Yeah.
Probably in the
golf
country.
And rightfully so.
Yes,
It's
sir.
sitting right here in the middle of
Right.
Detroit.
Yes.
Right.
It would be kind of crazy not to.
Yes, sir.
You know, but yeah, that,
Well, you
that
still
makes
got to
sense.
have the money.
Oh, trust me. That's
Gotta have
why-
that cash.
So
Gotta
that
have that
tells you
cash.
the power
That's one of
here
two
in Detroit
reasons I'm not
that
a
don't
member.
get talked about.
That's one of a
He
few.
said, I'll just live here, but I ain't going
Yeah,
to
no.
I can't afford to pay off.
You can afford it.
No, I can't. No, I tried that once before, and they told me. I said, I'll watch and appreciate from a distance.
Just make sure your grass is cut on the edge. there.
Oh yeah, they look at me when I'm not. The golfers walk by and look at here. See,
Right.
come over here and cut Butler's grass for him. Fight his butt.
what we've had great black golfers in the past.
Yes.
Gibson, Althea Gibson, Sippin,
Charlie Sifford.
and Sipper and stuff like
Yes.
that. How have they influenced your decision to become a golfer? Did they, or was it just something you just took upon yourself? And since that, how have they influenced you?
Actually,
Didn't know
they
him, did you?
they
Because we ain't
don't.
had no history.
I didn't know the history, right?
History
So
wasn't
my
famous. Yeah.
the reason, one of the main
Unfortunately.
reasons I got into it, because I was emulating the members at that time, Country Club of Detroit. I love how they dressed. They were smooth, slacks. When I was in high school, they used to call me preppy because my thing was polo, Izod. I didn't wear blue jeans, and mind you, I'm a Detroit Central man, right?
Trailblazers.
I'm a trailblazer. I'm off Linwood,
Right,
But
Linwood,
from head to toe,
Linwood
I was that
to
individual
Linwood.
that I wanted to penny loafers. I wanted to dress neat, stay clean, and this is the way the golfers look. So I used to put my stuff in the cleaners, right?
Get
Oh yeah,
dressed.
getting dressed. I mean sweaters, and I worked to pay for those things. Nobody gave me nothing. You know, I worked for it, and so when I'm looking at the membership, I'm like, man, I want to be like him. I want to be like Mr. Ford, right? And so
Did you live close to a golf course?
my home golf course was Chandler Park Golf Course,
Right by your house?
right by my
Well,
house.
see, I knew it had to be something
Yeah.
like that.
And Steve,
Most
Stein-
of us,
Stein,
it's
you
hard.
made, that was a good point you made. I didn't think about that, about the lack of information that was out about black golfers back then. That information wasn't around.
Right.
So that was an excellent point. So I could see where the white golfers at that point would be your influence.
Yeah.
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 That was
Yeah.
I didn't think about that.
And so,
They didn't have me. I've been writing about it for 30 years. Now we got a little information.
but even when leaving, coming from Country Club of Detroit, and the public golf course was Chandler Park. That was my neighborhood course. Me and the guys I grew up with, because we all caddied, we played golf at Chandler Park Golf Course. We wanted to do that. We wanted to be like the members. So we have our little $2 bet. We either play for a hot dog, bag of chips, or a Coke. And I was the individual that was always losing the bet. Until I got to myself, I said, this ain't, everything would come down to the last hole, and we playing until it's pitch dark. So, if you have a good swing, you can walk down the middle of the fairway, you're going to hit your ball.
Now-
You can find it.
Now, Chandler Park is on the east side.
That's on the east side.
yeah.
Central is on the west
Yes,
side.
yes, sir.
This man was determined to learn and play the game.
Yes,
of golf.
sir.
Well, but this is early. He was 12. You
Yeah,
moved
yeah,
over there.
yeah.
by Central.
I grew up on the east side. We moved to the west side, and ended up moving back to the east side. And I wanted to stay at Central because I was part of the concert choir at that time at Detroit Central High School.
Oh, that's right.
Yeah,
Okay.
Okay.
yeah.
now-
I'm a music major.
Now,
It's-
what did you play?
I'm a voice major. I sing.
okay.
sing, and also I played the drums at one time.
Okay,
Now,
we
what
got
was-
acapella going now.
what was-
you can't just make no
I
statements
gotta,
like that.
I gotta ask him. I gotta ask him. What was the hit? What was the hit? What was the hit? In deep.
In deep, my song. Here's a little. I'm gonna just
you
give.
talking
I'm gonna
about?
just give you. I'm gonna just give you a little
We
bit.
about to find out.
Don't take it personal. I realize the words they say to me.
Oh dear, I was gonna try to sing. I give up.
I wanted to
Don't let
be
it happen.
all I could be. That's just giving you a little bit.
We got a golfer singer out here now. You know, and crazy thing is, Stein, I sang in the Tuskegee Golden Voice Choir. We can even cut a record. Could I sing today? No.
Come on, boy.
Voice is gone, brother. Voice is gone.
I believe
Thrill
you.
is gone.
No, the voice is gone.
that-
The thrill is still
But
there.
that's the thrill is the
Voice is gone.
No, I remember the group.
All
Yes,
right
sir.
now.
I remember the group.
Yeah.
In
Indeed.
Oh, that was your group?
No, indeed. My cousin, attorney Lance W. Mason, formed a band a few years ago, and I'm part of a member of that band. So in deep, and we're still doing some local stuff. I don't get the opportunity to perform as much as I used to because golf is first, and so I'm more so either weddings, a funeral, or if my cousin needs me to do an A and B selection in the band, I do that.
See, I was a DJ back in the day.
Yes, sir.
And In Deep was one of those disco
Wow.
tunes.
Okay.
I'm trying to remember that. Oh man, what was the name of that song that you guys did? That was part of the disco age and the dance music scene. Man, it was a great song. I used it all the time when I was mixing.
Boogie Oogie? Was it Boogie Oogie? I don't know.
I can't remember.
Anyway, we'll get back to that later. We'll come back to that later.
The old guys
who
started writing about it. No, wait.
Well, I can't look at it now, Stein.
I tell you to read it right now.
I just saw it, man. I'll look at it later. So, Lindsey, golf is what? 4 or 5 months a year outside. What do you do when the season's over?
I'm the head golf professional of C.J. Barrymore Golf Dome, which is located in Macomb County. This is an indoor-outdoor family center complex, probably the #1 facility, which has the state-of-the-art TrackMan system indoors. And so I teach indoors. The last few years since COVID hit, trying to do some things differently, I said I'm going to teach 3 weeks out of each winter month and either go to Florida. I've been going back and forth to Key West, West Palm Beach. This past year has been those particular cities and also San Juan, Puerto Rico.
Would you get like
You sound like
a
you
key to
sound
come
traveling.
down?
You sound like you traveling all around the world, man.
I'm just, I don't mind driving. My wife hates making that trip.
What,
But
driving to what?
Driving, we
Florida?
drive to Florida. It's a ride, and I don't try to do it straight. It might take 2-3 days to get to the destination, which is all the way to the bottom, Key West. But I either
that's a
drive
long way.
or take that flight.
Yeah.
But it's hard, and we could tell now with what's going on with air traffic.
Yeah.
What you do when you go down there? You have like a interim training sessions, or you just do individual?
I just
people?
if I want to train and
do you
teach,
train it for
No,
yourself?
I teach, and so my stop might be Tampa Palms Golf and Country Club where I have a membership, and I might just do a Groupon for that particular club and say I'm gonna be here for the week if you're interested in some golf instruction, or if I'm going to be in Key West. I mean, with social media, you don't have to do much. You just put it out there and let people know that you're in town, and definitely it works.
Now, Barrymore, describe that. That's not an indoor golf course.
Though it's an indoor golf bubble.
So,
It's a golf dome.
so it's like a driving range?
It's
or
like it's
something?
an indoor driving range. That is correct.
okay.
Indoor driving range.
Now, what do you think about this new golf simulator that they had on television on ESPN?
Oh, yeah.
Where they were like they were hitting it into the screen, but then they had a real a green there.
That is correct.
The undulates too.
That's Tiger.
Yeah.
That's Tiger and Rory McIlroy's partnership.
Okay.
And it's TGL Golf.
Yes, that's
TGL Golf. It's great. Golf right now, gentlemen, are at it's at an all-time high. It's at an and visual golf is what you're speaking about. Digital golf. I mean, you don't have to be good. And the younger generation is getting into it.
It's
right?
like a big video game.
It's
isn't it?
Exactly. What you're referring to, they built a facility inside of a facility with real grass,
Yeah.
with a putting green, movable,
There's rotates.
floating putting
Yes.
green,
Ain't no trouble.
right? They bring the grass down where they're hitting off real grass, and if your golf ball is in the sand trap, they got a sand
trap.
area where you're hitting out of real sand.
Yeah.
Isn't that something?
Yeah, it's
Amazing.
Well, you know, the whole purpose, I saw Tiger and them talking about it, was that
That's crazy.
they want to do exactly.
That's golf.
Well, no, they want to do exactly what you said earlier, like a video game. They want to bring in a younger generation
Yes.
to golf.
And that's the way to do
And
it.
that's how they figured if they could bring a video kind of thing to
That's a
it,
smart idea.
and they
Yeah.
can get these 30-year-olds, middle 20-year-olds,
Yes.
really get out and spend some
Younger
money
than that,
on the
kids.
simulations and all that. Yeah,
I mean, it's
yeah, you're right.
it's
younger
good
than
to
that.
see. You know, it's good
Yeah,
to
but
see.
that's golf.
And
golf hit it with
and
that. That was a
and
good
the
idea.
individuals that I'm teaching now, I mean, I have a lot of the students in the Macomb County area, Lance Cruz North, Dakota, the Purple and Gold School, not Bishop Borges, Catholic
De La
school.
Salle.
De La Salle, Eisenhower. I got some of the top junior golfers in the state of Michigan
You play at your,
that can
your
play.
course?
That can play at my golf course. They taking golf lessons from me, and they play the golf course that I
At
teach
high
out
school?
of.
Oh.
High school golfers. I mean, some have graduated on full ride golf scholarships. You know, and so it's good to see, and they have not forgotten. You know, the letters and the phone calls that I receive from the parents thanking me, especially those who receive the scholarship, because I'm trying to save their parents' money on a golf scholarship.
Right.
And these kids can play.
Yeah.
But I don't make adjustments. You know, I mean, I'm a product of Detroit Public School, but when you're talking about this game of golf, you can't make certain adjustments because it don't work. You got to go with the rules if you want to be good. That's just how it is. And so, because when you're playing locally and then when you're going to the state, I don't want my name attached and you going up to the state to play and you getting embarrassed. No, we're
Right.
gonna
I feel
that
you.
ain't gonna happen.
Right.
So we're gonna do it this way. Right? No.
Don't embarrass me.
No, you
huh?
ain't gonna embarrass me. No. So we're gonna do it this way. You can't pick your ball up.
Right.
No, we can't make them adjustments. You gotta what they're gonna give you a rule sheet and you gotta follow the rule.
Yeah.
That's how it go. But it's and these kids can play.
Yeah.
You know, a lot of them doing this Rocket Mortgage tournament. Some of the kids are walking as scores, carrying the flags and keeping score out here, and I see them when I'm doing my thing teaching here. And so you just
Rocket
never know.
Mortgage put in a big effort to get black caddies doing that event. You know, especially they do the John Shippen.
Correct.
You know, it's almost all black caddies. And
Okay.
everybody getting exposure.
Okay. Very good.
On the whole John Shippen tournament.
Very good. Very good.
Which is so they try to reach back.
That's good. That's
they
good.
had actually a function for them after the event at the house over there.
Okay.
Barton Stone.
Oh, yeah.
So there was a white couple that had it.
Barton
They opened it up to
Okay.
other young black caddies.
Yeah, very good.
Yeah, it was
Very good.
Yeah.
Mr. Don Barton, because we've had the opportunity to play golf a few times. Well, he hit in one of the tournaments. Mr. Barton hit a shot. His ball almost went in, and my ball on a par 3, and my golf ball. And we were riding together, mind you. My golf ball went inside of his. But there's one particular moment I can remember. Former Mayor Dennis Archer was playing in front of us, and we coming up, and Don Barton said, "Let me off the cart."
Didn't want to be there.
No, he didn't want to be. He didn't want to be in the mix. You know, he didn't want to be in the mix. But you know, that's a golf story. But it's a true story. You know, but great man. You know, and he loved the game of golf. I remember when he joined here at Detroit Golf Club. I remember when he purchased that home, and it was a huge house, but it needed some work. I remember when he hired a company to come in and sandblast it, and now it's beautiful. You know.
Now here's last question for me. I got to talk about this golf cart. Jim Thorpe and all them, when they was coming up playing, we talking about the golf cart has diluted the opportunity for poor black kids to be exposed to golf. Because all them guys got exposed to it as caddies.
Correct.
That's the only way they even got doing it. So now without the caddying, because everybody using carts now, it's hard for black kids to get exposed to it. They had to go to a special program. You got to parents have to get off work and take their kids to some golf course somewhere if they don't live
This
near.
one out here.
Yeah, well, it's cost too much.
No, they still got
they got caddies
here.
Yeah.
Oh, yeah, I mean, they got caddies.
Yeah.
You have most of your private clubs because you have the Evans Scholarship Program, which is with WGA.
But you don't see no caddies with them guys.
Well, right now, but there was some out yesterday.
Yeah, but it's less than it used to be. Before the cart, everybody had to have a caddy.
Carts are, from a business side, they're revenue generating. Right. For the club.
It makes it go faster.
And get more you can get more rounds through on a golf cart. But your clubs, whether if it's Detroit Golf Club, the prestigious club, which is being rebuilt, the clubhouse is being rebuilt right now, Oakland Hills Country Club. I used to work at Oakland Hills in West Bloomfield. They have a very strong caddy program because you want to get the full experience. And so individual members out there, they love taking caddies. Or you could be, but again, caddying is a lot of work. You could be a caddy, you might not carry the bag. You could be the caddy, what you call, you chasing the cart. Right?
Chasing the cart.
You're chasing the cart. And so the member might be on the cart and the member's bag might be on the cart, and you kind of jogging behind the member.
What's the purpose?
Yeah, what's the purpose of that?
Well, because that's what they call you chasing the cart. You chasing the cart.
Chasing the cart.
And so you chasing the
You
cart.
got to be in shape.
You got to be in shape. Now you're gonna get paid good.
But you're still advising them on clubs.
You still advising them on clubs. You still cleaning the clubs. You still making sure that they get their golf ball, and you tending the pin, things like that. And then occasionally, if they allow you, you might move the cart closer to the next hole or something like that, where pace of play can continue.
Nice.
Yeah, yeah.
So golf is unlike other sports. You know, a lot of sports like basketball, rugby, football, even baseball, stuff tend to have like a lifetime time limit, like a time limit.
Correct.
Golf seems to be
endless.
Unlimited.
Endless.
You can play that from 3 years old to 93.
Sir. I have students that I'm teaching that are in the 80s and still want to get better. And still want to get better. And they still driving, they still driving a regular car to get to the appointment, to see me. Senior golfers.
And they're walking the course.
That's good.
Well, I ain't gonna say because senior golfers, they like to start early, right? Senior golfers, they like to start early because they don't want to be out there in all that traffic,
right?
So they might get to the golf course, 7:30, 8 o'clock, get their lesson, and go on out there and hit it.
Right.
Yeah, they got the rest of the day. They got the
I
rest of the day.
can see myself doing that.
Yeah. But I don't know. I don't know how. Like you and I were talking before Stein and Lowe got here, and I made a joke. I said, I don't know how you can concentrate on that ball that long. I mean, if I held my head down that long, I'd be asleep. How do you concentrate? How do you lock in on that ball? And then you don't look until you hit the ball, go all the way through it,
and then look up.
And then you look up.
Yes,
how do you even find the ball?
Because I'm gonna use you. When I'm teaching, I want my students to not follow the golf ball. Your eyes, not visually, are here. Your eyes are your hips. So if your hips are rotating properly and you're making a complete full turn, your golf ball is going to be straight, whether if you hit it on the ground or you hit it in the air, and then you look up. But if you don't make a complete turn, I'm a right-handed player. So if my hips are not rotating, 9 times out of 10, that ball is going to shoot to the right.
Right.
Right? Yes.
Similar
But
to
now think about like,
baseball.
bowling.
That
I'm
is
used to
correct.
going into the
Bowling
wood.
is repetition.
Yeah,
repetition.
but
No,
it's
you got to
not
hit that
nearly-
spot. Oh, come on.
It is not nearly
Golf-
as difficult as golf.
Well,
I mean,
people-
bowling's my drug
that's
of
because
choice.
you're good at it.
Bowling's my drug of
But
choice.
people that can't bowl would say that.
I don't know how.
So gutter ball, that's a gutter ball.
Oh, bro, don't say that word.
But you,
I don't know how. You've got to
repetition.
swing.
golf.
You got to
Gotta
turn
do
your
the same
waist,
thing every
bring your
time.
arms up,
I know.
Right.
It's
tip,
tough.
tip
right,
the golf
right,
club,
right.
Well,
bring it
And
back,
then- right.
You got to keep
How
your
do-
arms stiff and
keep your arms
straight.
locked.
yeah, you better be in a
Oh,
little
yeah.
bit of shape.
Oh,
you better
Man, I threw
you
my
better
back out
stretch.
just talking about it.
Yeah, you better
You got
stretch.
to do some stretching.
Yes, sir.
I just
You know?
threw my back out just talking about that mess, man. How do you? It's just
And so one of the things I advise individuals, if they want to learn the game of golf, focus on your short game first
right.
and work your way through the set.
Yeah.
Most of the people that go to a driving range, the first club they pull out of the bag
They work at the wood.
is the wood, the drive.
sound. Everybody like that
Yeah,
sound.
because they want to see how far they can hit the golf ball.
Yeah, yeah.
But if you want to be a player,
Sound.
It's
you want to work on your short game and work your way through the set. You want to first develop the golf swing as far as getting some feel, right?
Well, I'll always go by the saying.
Well, that's what my dad
drive.
told me.
You
Drive for
the
show, putt
and
for
putt
dough.
for dough.
Yes, sir.
Yes, sir.
Drive for show, putt for dough.
I love that.
Yes,
Drive
sir.
for show.
Hey,
putt for
drive
Yeah.
with Tiger and all these guys the money now. It's drive for money because they be
Oh yeah, they're hitting it.
woo.
Yeah.
They're hitting it.
Well, like you said, Tiger changed the game.
Very much so.
Nobody was driving the ball as far as he
No,
was
they weren't
until he
hitting
got
it.
there.
Yeah.
Then everybody
At
wanted
least
to become
not
a
straight.
driver.
Yeah,
Yeah. not
And
straight.
mind you, Tiger wasn't always straight,
No, he wasn't.
but he had the vision to get out of trouble. Right? He was what you call a shot maker. So
he's the master
yeah,
of getting out of trouble.
yeah, he could get out of trouble. So his ball and they had to end up redesigning certain golf courses. Right? Augusta never
Right, they
had
did, 'cause they ain't
rough.
want him to dominate.
Right? They grew some rough, and they don't have no long rough now
Right.
at the Augusta National. But they put in some rough, they moved some things around, and they lengthened the golf course.
Tiger proof.
Exactly.
So what was his overall? Speaking of Tiger, right quick, what was his overall effect on the game of golf? I mean, he just changed it completely. Now that he's not as dominant as he was, does he still have that kind of
Oh yeah,
effect?
you still have the Tiger effect.
Yeah.
Yeah, Tiger will be 50 this year, God willing, in December, and so he's getting ready for the senior tour, and which is going to have him the opportunity to ride on a golf cart
Yes.
where he don't have to do
Yeah,
as
he
much
gotta
walking.
walk.
You think he's gonna ever
Right.
catch Nicklaus? His record?
Not as far as not in the regular PG. Well, I ain't gonna say never because anything can happen. But as far as him playing, if he decides to play on the senior tour, you're going to see that tour income bracket go up a little
Increase.
more.
Oh yeah, definitely. I'll
Very
never
much so.
forget though when Tiger was a young Tiger, he had come to the Detroit golf course. We had
Yes.
talked about it.
Yes, sir.
Him and his father said, "Oh, okay, we're gonna go across the street to
Palmer Park
Palmer
Golf Course.
Park." Your brother and I were following him,
Mm-hmm.
and we did an interview with him. His father didn't want us to film him when he was swinging because he was a little Tiger then. You know, it was like it was amazing though. But the little guy was hitting the ball was, hey, he's like, wow, that's
Yeah.
Tiger Woods, huh?
Yeah.
And I mean, back
Had
then,
no idea what
no
he was gonna
idea,
become.
no idea,
Yeah.
no idea.
So
Yeah.
it's this game here. It opens up a lot of doors.
Yeah.
You know, you ain't got to be a great player.
Well,
Just play. You know, you just play. You see a lot more now corporate women and individuals that I've taught over the years. They either riding on the beverage cart. I say, no, you don't need to be riding on the beverage cart. You need to be playing. You don't need to be, you know.
so if I wanted to take lessons from you, what would it run me?
313-633-5904.
Oh. Could you repeat that number?
313-633-5904. Mason Golf and Golf Clinics. Or I'm on every major search engine, so they can just Google Mason Golf or www.masongolf-golfclinics.com. Cherry Creek Golf Club, they can reach me. That's in Shelby Township. Or CJ Barrymore, which is in Clinton Township.
Or your local billboard.
Or your local billboard.
I saw him on a billboard one day.
Oh, I missed that.
Yes, sir. Yes, sir.
So go back, repeat that a little bit slower.
Yes, sir.
So our listeners, if they're interested, can reach you.
Area code 313-633-5904. Mason Golf and Golf Clinics. That's on Facebook, or you can just Google Mason Golf, or my website, www.masongolf-golfclinics.com.
Oh, what about your email? Throw your email.
Email address, lmasongolf@hotmail.com.
At Hotmail.
lmasongolf@hotmail.com.
That lets you know how long he's been doing it, because he's
Right.
the last person I know who's using Hotmail.
And
Does
get-
anybody still use Hotmail?
Look,
I never thought about
they
that.
talking about me using AOL. They said, but listen, it's like you had it for since
Yeah.
that started.
Yeah.
Why change?
Yeah, why change it? Yes,
Yeah,
sir.
it still works.
That's
It
it.
still works
That's
so
it.
far.
That's it.
I hope it don't go out of business.
Exactly.
So now you guys, you look out there. We're about to wrap up. You look out there and you see the course is starting to get a little full, and you know the boys out there
Wow.
playing. You
Wow.
know, and they'll be out there till about 5 or close to 6 o'clock. You know, before they start dwindling off.
Yeah, yeah. It's beautiful.
Yeah, it's nice to sit out here and watch. Lindsey, I appreciate your time, man.
appreciate you
It's
both.
been a great conversation.
Yes, sir. Yes,
You know,
sir.
we've learned a lot.
Yes,
Oh,
sir.
yes, yes.
And you know, maybe, you know, I hate to say it on the air, but maybe I can get a hookup.
We
No.
could do that, brother.
No, I'm just joking.
Oh, yeah, yeah, joking.
I'm
We
just
could do
joking.
that, brother. We
Not joking.
My final word is
But ain't nothing wrong with hookups. That's what the world is made of.
Yeah, hookup.
he gave me lessons. Now I'm pretty sure he can give
Yes,
you
sir.
that.
Yes, sir. Yes,
Just
sir.
get a back brace.
I hope he
you know,
gives me
big enough
better
back
lessons than he
brace.
gave you.
Yeah, well, yeah. Get a back brace. That's all for you.
Wow.
And also, congratulations on becoming a
Oh, yes.
the 2023 Golfer of the Year.
Yeah.
Thank you.
Also, a member of the African American Hall of Fame,
Wow.
Golfers Hall of Fame.
There you go.
He got a hat here. African American Golfers Hall of
Let me see.
Fame.
Let me see.
Yes, sir.
Oh,
that's
who is
it.
this for?
Man, that's for yours. That's the only hat I have, and
That man back his hat, man.
it's
He got
you know
to fight me for this.
There'd be no thievery.
I'm gonna tell you
that's
when
liberation
when
of
I
the
received the call and the nomination and attended. I mean, this was a beautiful function, and when I received the phone call, I looked around and I asked the actual director, "Why me?" Honest statement, and because never got into this thinking about Hall of Fame. I'm just an individual that loves the game of golf. I love what I do. It's a passion, and God has put me in the position to do what I love to do, and to I want to continue to enhance my brand, which is Mason Golf. So I'm in it to win it, and I'm a product of the city of Detroit.
DPS
DPS.
in the house.
Detroit Central class of '83.
That's right.
Detroit public schools.
and making it happen. And
Me and you the only one with the public schools here.
Oh,
I
I went to a public.
I'm talking about DPS.
I went to public school.
You went to DePaul.
I went to
That's
McKenzie
a
for a while.
Catholic school.
The Porce is a.
Oh, he did go to McKenzie.
It's
Okay,
all-
all right, we
it's-
got to bring you back.
It's all good, but
Shut, man.
it's all good. But it's definitely just looking at this beautiful setting, man. We at Detroit Golf Club.
Yeah.
This is a beautiful thing.
It is beautiful.
It's a beautiful thing, and it just to have the opportunity to reflect, and network with some fine gentlemen.
Thank you.
I appreciate me being here, and I look forward to the Rocket Mortgage class.
Look,
My last
and you know
question,
you
Lindsey.
was blessed
Yeah.
when you're able to do something that you love, because everybody don't get a chance to do
Yes,
that.
sir.
My last question, Lindsey. How long do you think you keep doing this? How much longer?
I'm gonna be teaching for the rest of my life.
Yeah.
As long as I have health and strength
Oh, yeah.
and in the right frame of mind, because golf again is 90% mental, 10% physical. I can teach from sitting in this chair. I don't have to swing a golf club.
Well, if
I don't
you're
have to
teaching
swing.
me, you got to get out there.
But I'm gonna show
look
you.
at you
I'm
and see
gonna show you how to hit a shot.
Butler,
I'm gonna show you how to hit a shot.
Butler need help. Okay?
Look, I don't
Need
even
a
have.
tutorial.
Look, I don't even have ESPN. So you know I'm bad.
He's
Oh,
still
Lord.
without ESPN.
Well, whatever, man. I shouldn't have brought
man.
that up. But ladies and gentlemen, I'd like to thank you all for being here today. We had a good time with our guest, Lindsey Mason III,
Yes, sir.
professional golfer.
We got to give him a hand clap, Jeff. Come on, man.
My main man, Jeff Lowe, and Leland Stein.
Oh, yeah.
We'd like to thank you all for coming out and,
Right.
and joining us. This one was a little longer than normal. But we want to thank you all for listening to The Hook. Have a good day. Enjoy summer. Be safe. Much love.
The Hook.
The hook.
The Hook.